Hey everybody, my name is Christina. I'm 32 years old and I've been diagnosed with PCOS. Many of you may know it as polycystic ovary syndrome. I call it polycystic ovarian syndrome because that's kind of what it's been called to me. So I kind of am starting these videos to talk about it and to kind of talk about where I started, where I'm going, things like that, and hopefully to inspire other people who are struggling to really speak about it. I think it's something that's very important to acknowledge and talk about, and if you may think that you have it, it's definitely something that you should talk to your doctor about, and know the signs early. So that's kind of like the road that I'm on with this. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I'm just speaking of from personal experience. I've had PCOS for 10 years now, and I've had many different doctors tell me different signs and symptoms. I've also been doing a lot of research to make you guys aware of what it may be. And I figure if I'm gonna talk about it, I need to be knowledgeable about it at least. I mean, I am, because I've had it for 10 years, but I want to give you guys more information than just like the personal information that I have. So I think the best way to start this is to just kind of tell you how this all started. So this started because there are so many women that I know who have a hard time with PCOS, who have a hard time, just managing and dealing physically and emotionally with it. And I kind of just felt like I needed to talk about it. I mean, I've always talked about it. I would probably say in the last 2 years, I've been extremely open about it with everybody. I will say when I first was diagnosed with it, I didn't really want to talk about it with anybody. And I felt, we'll get there, but I felt really bad. So instead of having a platform where, people, not to say that they'll feel bad about each other or will, tell each other that they should feel bad, but just to kind of inspire people to get talking about it and really put the positive energy out there about it. I know it's hard, but I think it's really important, especially when you're dealing with something like this, to kind of talk and think positively about it. It's not going to happen right away. It didn't for me, but I definitely think that it's something that you should consider if you have PCOS. And I kind of will explain, how I came to this point, but it took a long time. It really did. My husband and I have been married for 6 years now. Actually, I've had it for more than 10 years because him and I have been together for 9. Yeah, so I've had it, wow. I've had it for 13 years. Okay. I will say in the last 6 years, it's definitely progressed. Probably the worst that it's been. So anyway, so I just kind of wanted to discuss and have a communication and open talk about this, and I wanted to just get all my feelings out there about everything. I think it's really important. I'm a very honest and open person. My friends tell me all the time that I speak honestly. I believe in being truthful. My husband will tell you that I'm really truthful and really honest, and sometimes it's not a good thing because it comes off as being rude, but I don't really care. If you ask me, I don't care. I'd rather people know what's going on and tell them what's going on than, to hide it. I think the other reason why I'm doing this is because I've had so many of my family members ask me what it is, and they tend to forget that I have it, and they just assume that the reason that my body is the way that it is because, well, I just don't care. Or, I can't do anything to fix it. Or, I don't think they really understand the measures that my body goes under. So it's an informative way of telling people, hey, if you're struggling, I'm here to talk to you. And, family, hey, here's everything about PCOS and what my body goes through, so that you really understand, instead of having to repeat it over and over again. I kind of feel like I want to hand out a brochure every time that happens. So yeah, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be it's going to be really interesting. I don't know how I feel about talking to myself all the time. Yeah, kind of staring at myself right now is kind of weird, but I think it's a good way to get things out there. So, if you have any questions, if you have any, concerns, or if you have anything to say, I'm more than happy to address those, here or any platform that this is on. You can leave me comments and I'll happily answer them for you. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm making this video really quickly. I'm working today, so I don't have a lot of time. So I'm just trying to think of if there's anything else that I want to cover. I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say hi and introduce myself. Many of you probably know me already. And just to tell you that I'm excited about this. I'm excited about, openly. I've always talked openly. I've always been open about it on Facebook. Here and there. I don't make it the topic of every discussion, but I definitely have talked about it before. So yeah, I just, I'm really excited to speak about it and just to raise awareness. I guess is the best thing to say, is to raise awareness. Now, mind you, my case is not like everybody else's case, and everybody, each woman's case changes and varies from person to person. But in this situation, mine's pretty extreme, and we'll get there. So, yeah, just know that if you have it, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have this. A lot of people reached out to me when I was first diagnosed with it, who I didn't know had it. I can't really tell you if there's a history of it in my family, because nobody's volunteered that information. I mean, my grandmother has 4 children. My mother has 2. I don't know about my aunt. She adopted. But as far as on my dad's side, like, my dad has, like, a lot of kids. And maybe my aunt, who doesn't have any, or maybe they just didn't have any by choice. And my grandmother, I did not know her because she passed when my dad, if I get this right, was 13. So those are questions that I'll probably bring up in this, these video vlogs or diaries or whatever. And I don't have a problem asking those questions to people. I don't know if I'll get the answers, but we'll see. So, hey, hi, how are you? I'm excited to start this, so look for lots of new other videos and maybe a podcast at some point. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much time this takes. I work a lot of hours in a long day, so we'll see. So come join me along this journey. Come talk to me. If you're feeling sad or whatever, just let's have a discussion. Okay. Well, with that being said, I'll see you soon, friends. Bye.